Hello. So much research this week. Woo! Decided to use this koozie that Uncle Willie gave me because I had the best week of axe throwing I've ever had in my entire life this week. And then I did all the research for this episode and feel quite mediocre, fairly average. Decided on an IPA this week from Woodhouse. Still haven't sponsored me. It's fine. Oh, it's so good. Was that believable? Was that a good commercial? It is really good though. But big shout out to Choppers for sending me this hat and some other stuff. I really appreciate that. And then big shout out to my man Riley who runs No Fun. He hooked me up with a giveaway, which I'm going to talk about later. Let's get started. Axe update. Axe update. Update. That was just me, I'm just kidding. Doesn't echo like that. Welcome to Axe Update, the show where I study axe scores so you don't have to. Also, welcome to the NATF YouTube page. I know I said that last week, but I still can't believe they're letting me post this thing on their channel. For all of our new guests, this is a show dedicated to axe throwing news. This week is going to be focusing on the top players. They're going to be at the National Axe Throwing Championship this coming weekend in Toronto. It's going to be an awesome weekend. I'm not going to give you too much info about like dates and times and stuff because like if you don't know at this point, and it's Thursday. Like that's on you. That's not on me. Saturday, Canada versus US team challenge. I'm going to talk about that later. Sunday is going to be the National Axe Throwing Championship. There's going to be a full tournament all day across a whole bunch of different venues in Toronto. And then after we crown a champion in Pickering in the afternoon, we are going to do a skills competition in the evening. There's going to be an after party in downtown Toronto. And then there's going to be an axe market where I'm going to be on Monday after the tournament from 12 to 3 at Battle Yorkdale. So you can come check me out there. I know there's going to be a bunch of other vendors. I got to give my man Vin a shout out. He's going to be there with a bunch of his sheaths. Just come to the market. It's going to be awesome. Come to the market. Come to the axe market. For the tournament, there was a whole bunch of clarifications posted this week. I'm not going to go through all the new rule clarifications. That's not my job. There are other people that are far more important than I am. They are clarifying these rules. Gist of what I'm gathering from it, what I've talked to people about, is there are referees that are going through extra training specifically for this event. There's a lot of money on the line. The referees are going to make the calls. They're going to do all the devicing, and they are going to be the final call on everything. So pay attention to your referees. Throw your own match. Don't worry about who you're playing against. Don't worry about what they're doing, what kind of axe they're throwing, where their feet are standing, how they're stepping. That's all up to the referee. If the referee wants to do something about how the other person's playing, let them do that. You don't see people in NBA games being like, oh, like that's a foul, and then the ref blows the whistle and calls a foul. No. If the ref sees it, cool. If not, like, why are you wasting your time? We're there to compete. We're not there to referee each other and call faults and all these things. That's not our job. That's up to the referees. Let them do their job. You throw, okay? That's all I have to say. I'm going to put links down in the description for all the videos clarifying the rules, making sure everybody's informed, bracket news, and the giveaway. I know it's huge. It takes forever. I'm sorry. There's a lot of people in the competition. I'm giving you free things, and I'm upping the ante. So, last week, I told you guys about how there's going to be a giveaway for a home target with a stencil and markers and merch and axes and all these awesome things, and everybody was like, oh my god, that's such an amazing prize. That prize is the second place prize now. First place prize is tool grinder sharpening station, over $500 US value from Multi-Tool USA. That's right. We got a legit, expensive, awesome giveaway. Thanks to John Bradley because he's sponsored by them. No, seriously, like, thank you, Bradley, so much. I had nothing to do with this. He just contacted me, he contacted them, he set up the whole deal. Now we're giving away this awesome grinder. It's super legit. I'm gonna post photos of it on my Instagram and everything. That's the first place prize. A bunch of different axe throwing organizations have signed up for the prize giveaways. Urban Axes, Choppers, NATF, Battle, Rage Academy. They're not called Rage Academy anymore. Rage Axe Throwing. Cold Steel Knives is giving away some stuff. Probably axes if I had to guess. Maybe a t-shirt. No Fun Press is giving away stuff. Awesome stuff like this. Hammer Throw. Small little independent Hamilton-based clothing company. Super local. Great people run it. There's a bunch of stuff. A bunch of prizes. A bunch of free stuff. Like, fill it up. Saturday. So the actual tournament's on Sunday, but just announced this week, Saturday, there's going to be a Team Canada versus Team USA tournament. The poster looks cool because Uncle Willie did it. They also have t-shirts for Team Canada and Team USA. That was on pre-order. I know there's going to be a couple extras there, so if you get there early, you might still be able to get a t-shirt. This event is called the Battle for the Vanos Vase. The way the whole thing worked, there's a Canadian captain, there's an American captain. They took the highest ranked people for a certain amount of slots, and then after that, the team captain picked the rest of their team. So, team captains. Team Canada was Martin Vanos. Team USA, Michael Kump, also known as Kump, also known as President Kump, also known as first American NATF tournament champion, also known as handsome guy, long legs. I'm out. I'm done. I'm just gonna read this off because I can't remember like 14 people's names off the top of my head. Team Canada, Strawn, Evan Flak, Starling, Julio, Aaron Gerrard, Stephane, Ken S., Sully, Cheryl, Rander, Cappuccino, Christina Seymour, Max Machado, and King Kenny. That is an unreal lineup. If America thinks that they have a chance even for a second against that lineup, they are losing it. Who are you gonna... So the Americans are bringing Rupert, Bradley, Tiny Dancer, Uncle Willie, James Gregg, Hazmat, Joey Two Pies, Seven, Kudu, Riggs, Cyclops, First Lady, and Rooster. Okay, that's a pretty stacked lineup too. Damn. Okay. Like maybe, I don't know. So they're all going to be competing in a series of skills events. I do not have any information for you what those skills events are. These guys keep telling me they want to keep everything a secret. I just really want to know what the events are. Like what are, you guys gonna like flip tires? What are the events? Throw axes at balloons? I did that once, it was pretty fun. It's cool, you should try it. What I'm really excited about though is I'm going to be doing a pre-game show discussion panel with a couple other axe throwing people where we're going to talk about all the people that are going to be in the Team Canada, Team USA thing. It's going to be a live streamed panel discussion. We're also going to talk about the NATC Championship. Tune in for that. I'm really excited. It's going to be a cool little broadcast. I'm probably going to bring these lights. I want to bring this thing, but I feel like we would have to huddle like really tight, so I might just bring the flag. Hang the flag up behind. Also, this thing's hell to move around. It looks sick, but it's so hard to take apart and put back together. It's crazy. Oh, I'm getting so stressed just thinking about it. Okay, let's talk about the NATC and the actual tournament and the people that are competing in it. So, obviously, I can't talk about 192 people, mostly because one of those people is myself. So that's why I'm only going to talk about like 25, 30 people. Also because it's just too much, you know? I'm going to break it down into sections. We're going to talk about a few people, going to go into a new section, talk about a few people, and everybody's going to be informed. It's also going to help with your bracket. Make sure you watch this, get some information, learn some names, and then fill out your bracket with the information you've just learned. That's the easiest way that you can win a prize. You could win a Multi-Tool USA grinding station thanks to John Bradley if you just like listen to this segment and then you fill out the bracket based on what I tell you. Sounds like good information, right? Free stuff? It's free. Let's talk about regional winners. First, my man James Gregg out of Urban Austin. Super nice guy. He has gotten so good so fast. For a while, it was like this new venue thing, and it was like, oh, people just can't touch him down in Austin. But he's now throwing a 73.5 average on his current season. Last season was a 67.7. That's like a 6-point jump. He's got 881s. The guy's on fire. Definitely watch out for him because he is Miley Cyrus on that climb. Oh, Spencer, that was such a bad joke. I don't know why you always put this joke in my head. Central regional winner, Canadian Nick. Super nice guy, young kid. He's got 1381s. He's currently at a 71.1 average. Last season he had a 72 average. So he is up there, he's doing well. His big axe game is insane. Like he'll probably hit a 27 anyways, but if he hits like a 3 or something, you gotta go clutch because his big axe is dirty. West is King Kenny. I haven't met him yet. Seems like a cool guy. His current average is 76. Last season he was at a 75.6, so he's throwing real consistent. He's got 2281s. I have a feeling this guy's gonna be a dark horse. He's just gonna show up and run people. So if you got King Kenny, like good luck. Better luck next year kind of thing, you know? Southeast Hazmat out of Axe Club of America. People from Axe Club of America were like, a bunch of them went to the Urban Open. They all got rocked. Some of them did okay, but like nobody was winning the tournament. Then they watched everybody else throw. They like took videos of people throwing. They like went on YouTube, looked up the like NATC from last year, and then they just like came back and just wreaked havoc on people. Like Hazmat was in the top 10 at Choptober. He's currently on a 76.6 average right now. He's got 2581s, like, and he's so like in the zone. I don't know if you guys follow him on Instagram or anything, but he live streams his practices. This guy's hitting like big axe clutches with 2 axes, like at the same time. Just like boom, both clutches. So that's it. Like, it's like cool, but come on, man. Save some for the rest of us, man. Cappuccino, regional winner for the East. That was a tough regional tournament. That was down in Philly. A lot of heavy hitters in Philly. Cappuccino came out on top. This guy knows how to close. He won, I believe, around the world at Skills in the summertime. A ton of championships in Ottawa. He always seems so calm and composed when he's competing. He can really just stay focused and really do well. So I'm really excited to see Cappuccino compete this year. He's currently on a 75.8 average. My man's got 6781s. Filthy. So good. The GTA champion though, he would never say this about himself, so I'm gonna say it for him. Totally has a shot at winning the whole thing. Julio, lights out thrower. The guy is so good. Can be beat though, if you know what I mean. He finished top 10 at Choptober and the Urban Open. Currently he is sitting at a 79.7 average. That wasn't a mistake. It's a 79.7. Right? Okay. He's got 9781s as of today. I know he has league like tomorrow, so it'll probably be like 120, I don't know. But seriously though, one of the nicest guys in the world, someone that I am proud to say is one of my friends, but just an unbelievable axe thrower, and I think the guy's got a shot at going the whole way. So definitely watch for Julio. Watch his games too. He's just so focused. He throws so well. It's awesome to watch him throw. It looks like it's like old Kurt Warner. That was like a Rams reference. Any Rams fans? I am. Tom Brady? That's what I think about Tom Brady. Can he just like retire already? I feel like Tom Brady, our friendship's over. Moving on. I wanted to talk about some new faces. There's a couple of regional winners that are going to be new faces, but I wanted to talk about some others. So Rander and Yash out of Battle Yorkdale, they're both unreal. I like was trying to pick one of them to put in for like people to watch because I felt ridiculous putting like 2 best friends in the same segment next to each other, but like I have to. Rander's got a 76.5 average right now. He's got 8681s. Yash's got a 75.8 average right now. He's got 6481s. So Julio, Rander, and Yash, they're all from the same venue. They all throw together. Their playoffs are insane. All unreal guys that you guys need to watch for. Other new faces. 2 guys out of Choppers, Grill and Tiny Dancer. There's a whole bunch of other guys out of Choppers. I don't want any like Choppers hate coming from you guys. There's a lot of like huge throwers coming out of Choppers. I'm gonna tell you why I want to talk about these guys. Grill is on this crazy like rocket to the moon incline right now. My man's got a 75.9 average. Last season he had a 71.6. I don't know how you're making a 4-point change in one season above 70. Like, that's nuts. He's sitting on 35 81s right now. I talked to a bunch of people from New Jersey and from Philly, and every single person said I had to mention Grill, and every single person said I had to mention Tiny Dancer. Tiny Dancer was totally a sleeper at Choptober. He beat a lot of good people, and he just kept going, and he was winning, and he was winning, and he was winning. Everybody was going crazy. He's such a nice guy. His current average, he's at a 74.9. His last season, he was at a 73.3. He's got 40 81s right now, and 4 of them were this week. He threw a perfect night on, I think it was Sunday or Monday. So the guy is hot right now, and he wiped out a bunch of people at Choptober. So do not sleep on Tiny Dancer, and do not sleep on Grill. I talked about Hazmat earlier from Axe Club of America, but Axe Club of America runs deep. I also wanted to talk about Splinter. He's at a 77.6 average. Last season he was at a 77.8 average. He's got 35 81s, and this is only like his 4th or 5th season. He's just lights out. He's doing so well. I don't know. It's this like practice schedule that Axe Club of America has. They like videotape each other throwing, and they compare videos like side by side, day to day, to make sure that their throws are consistent. The trajectory of that whole venue for their top throwers has been insane. So if you're matched up against somebody from Axe Club of America, do not second guess, do not wonder, do not think, oh, I've never heard of this person. I just told you right here on this show. If you missed it, that's your own fault. It's on the NATF YouTube page. Where else are you going to go for axe throwing information, right? You can go on Axe Scores like a chump. You don't need to go on Axe Scores. Just come watch the show. I'll tell you what to do. Watch out for Axe Club of America. Okay, last person to watch out for. Also, first person to hang out with all weekend. Max Machado. The most lovable guy in axe throwing. I know it's a bold statement because there's a lot of lovable folks. He ranked top 10 at Choptober. He's at a 77 average right now. And up until like 2 months ago, he was the only top 50 thrower out of his home venue. He's not like learning from other people. He's watching videos on YouTube and taking notes and videotaping himself and practicing all the time. The guy's work ethic is out of this world. I feel like even people that saw Choptober Max Machado are like, oh, Max is really good. I have a feeling we're going to see a whole new Max. It's been, what, 3 months? Max had only thrown for like 3 or 4 months when you saw him at Choptober. This guy started the year before. The guy was like, okay, maybe he'd been at it for a year by Choptober. I think he's going to be a big player. I think he's got a chance to go really far. I'm thinking at least top 25 for Max Machado, if not top 10. The guy is good, and he's committed, he's focused, and I think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. So watch for Max. And watch Max. He's so fun to watch. Such a great competitor. Such a nice guy. Oh, I love you, Max. Okay. There's like a group of people that everybody likes to talk about on like Facebook groups and stuff, and we see them at all the tournaments, and on the show I even talk about their milestones and all these things. These are people that I think are a little under the radar. If you're like addicted to axe scores, you know a lot of these names, but if these are people that maybe weren't on the tournament circuit this year, these are people that are maybe just local champs of venues that maybe you haven't like looked for on axe scores because you just don't know. So I'm going to give you some stats on some people that I think are under the radar that are really going to make some waves. Evan Flak. For all the people that are surprised that I'm saying Evan Flak in this area, I guarantee you most people will be like, I don't know who Evan is. And it is not Evan's fault. Evan is a very good thrower, but he hasn't been at any tournament. The guy comments on Facebook like once a month. He's relatively a ghost of the axe throwing community, but he has the second highest average in recorded axe throwing history behind Strawn. This guy threw a 79.357. You gotta say like 3 decimal places because we're just getting closer and closer by the decimals. A 79.357. He is the person that is the closest in contention for breaking that 80 average. So this is like the guy that's has the skills to be there. His current average is a 78.3. His last average was a 77.9. He's sitting on 100 total 81s. The guy is lights out. I don't know if anybody's seen that video where he throws like 9 axes into the bullseye or whatever, like from all different angles. He's like throwing them up top, like getting down low, and he just keeps somehow finding holes. It's crazy. The amount of skill this guy has is nuts. So watch for Evan Flak, watch his games. You probably see him because he's huge. Guy's like 9 feet tall. I'm excited to see Evan throw. But if you mention Evan, you can't forget to mention Ken, because Ken is right there with Evan. So Ken also throws out of Peterborough Axe Club. Evan and Ken are constantly battling for that top spot at that venue, and as I've talked about before in this show, Peterborough Axe Club is a madhouse for axe throwing. They're just pumping out quality all the time. Ken's current average, 77. Last season, 76.9, so we got that consistency there. This isn't some guy on a quick climb. This is somebody that is throwing heat consistently, season, over 75. He's on 76 81s right now. I think Ken and Evan both have a shot at top 10 at least, if not the title. I would love to see them match off at some point in the tournament. I haven't checked the brackets to see if that's possible, but I would just love to see it. It'd be crazy, especially with the crowd and everything. It'd be really cool. I think they also set the record for like the most big axe clutches in a match too. I'm gonna keep moving though. Dustin McKnight, aka Space Knight, aka nicest guy in the world. Current average, 78.2. That's wild. Last season average, 76.4. 108 81s. And he's doing all of this while being the GM of Yorkdale. Guy's working all the time, still throwing heat like this. I throw in league with him on Mondays. It feels weird even saying that because it sounds like I deserve to be spoken about in the same sentence as Space Knight. I do not. He's so good. I watch this guy throw like week after week on Mondays, and it's just like 81s, all the time. His big axe is dirty too, so you guys really got to watch out for Space Knight. If you see him on the bracket, if you see a match coming up, go watch that match. It's going to be unreal. He's a really great thrower. Also, another under the radar thrower, Nikko out of Battle London. Also another GM. He's the GM of London. He is sitting on a 78 average in his current season. That is the highest average in London right now. His last season was a 76.8, and he has 79 81s. I met him in the summer, super nice guy, and he's a really damn good axe thrower. Rook from Battle Kitchener. This guy is an 81 machine. I was in a season with him 2 seasons ago. I think I saw multiple perfect nights. Just hit 181s this week. He's currently throwing a 73.9 average. That is not the best he can do, because last season he threw a 77.5 average. That's right, 77.5. No, but seriously, Rook is so good. 77.5 average last season, 73.5 this season. I think he's really going to turn some heads. Quiet guy, lets the throw and do the talking for him. You definitely got to catch one of Rook's matches at the NATC. David C. I'm not going to butcher your last name. David C. Just look it up. He throws out of Villiers. Last year he finished 9th in the NATC. He took out some big names as well. The guy is a force to be reckoned with. Super quiet guy. He's just there to throw. I throw with him on Mondays as well. Same league as that league with Space Knight. Currently sitting on a 76.8 average with 64 81s. His big axe game is also very good, so got to pay attention to that. And lastly, for the under the radar, I wanted to talk about Marcus. I know Marcus made a splash in Choptober. He finished top 10. Marcus is another one of those throwers that's just 81 after 81, so watch out for Marcus at the tournament. Right now he's throwing a 76.1 average. He's got 42 81s, and he has been around for a long time. He started throwing when he was a teenager. His dad was one of the original backyard guys. This guy is the first, second generation axe thrower. Watch out if you've got him on your bracket. He is deadly. Now, I originally was going to do a top 10 ranked list for the end of this little player thing. With the champs point stuff and the averages, I didn't want to mess up a top 10 rank. So I did a top 5 rank, which I don't think anyone can argue with. I don't think anyone will have problems about that top 5. And then I decided to do a different top 5. And the top 5 that we're going to talk about first is the top 5 legends. When I'm saying legends, I mean people that have been around axe throwing for a while, and they're people that are known to be very good in tournaments. They're people that are known to win, people that are known to do well. So these people are definitely all contenders, top 10, a lot of potential for some champions in here, okay? Number 1, nobody's gonna have any issue with me saying this one, Aaron Gerrard. This guy is just an unbelievable thrower. He's sitting on a 78 average right now. He's got 109 81s. He came second in last year's NATC, so he's got a score to settle. This guy is a legend of the sport, and I think you would be crazy to think that he is not going to be going deep into the tournament, if not all the way. Super nice guy. A lot of the people that I know that are good throwers learned from Aaron. Like, this guy has very much earned the title of legend, and I think everyone would agree with me on that one. Another legend, also out of Battle London, Big Will Gordon. Not only is this guy an unbelievable thrower, he is such a great community leader, and he's done such a great job at London. Always doing their live streams. He started doing these coaching videos, which are really awesome, and he does so much community work. I instinctively just think, oh, like, Will's the community guy, and then I look at the stats and I'm like, oh my God, he's still an unbelievable thrower. Right now he's got a 76.4 average. He's got over 150 81s on his record. This guy is all-time all-star kind of material, okay? So Big Will, one of the original community organizers in the battle community, and also one of the best throwers we've got, so watch out for Big Will in that tournament. Kai from Battle Kitchener. He won't take the claim. I tried to talk to him about it, but he will say he is one of the pioneers of the flick throw. I tried to get him to admit that he was the inventor of it. He says no, but the tracing goes around somewhere. I've heard words of Stuntman, I've heard words of other people, but Kai is one of those guys that really took the flick throw and perfected it. He is one of the guys that was throwing that throw years before any of us were, so I think he needs some serious props here. Also is currently throwing a 74.6 average. Last season threw a 75.7 average. He's got 50 81s on his record. This guy's going to be in the tournament. He's somebody to watch out for. So remember, when you're playing him, you know, every throw that you take, he's the guy. Spent years perfecting it. I hope that gets in somebody's head. Another person that I think deserves some serious props, and I think is going to make a splash in the tournament, Shaun Mouthy out of Philly. There's been some big names coming out of Philly this year, and I feel like Shaun doesn't get enough credit. This guy was the first 81 out of the US. He was the first American to ever win a skills title on doubles, I believe, with Uncle Willie. He's sitting on a 74.3 average, last season 74.4, so you know he's throwing consistent. He's got 37 81s. I think that's going to be somebody to watch out for. That two-handed throw is deadly. I don't know how he throws like that. It's so cool to watch, but definitely watch out for Shaun Mouthy. He's also going to be filming a documentary around town all weekend, so watch out for cameras. If he asks you for an interview, please oblige. He's a great guy. Lastly, for the legends section, Sully. Current average, 73.8. Last season, we're looking at a 75.4. He's got 145 81s. So he's been around. He's been through these tournaments before. So there's something to be said about somebody who has been through the stress of the National Axe Throwing Championship before, okay? So out of Battle Pickering, one of the OG throwers that has taught, just like Big Will and Aaron Gerrard, perfected their throws long before any of us even picked up an axe. So you got to know these names when you're going into the tournament. They might not be people that you're seeing at all the tournaments you're going to for the year, but these are names that you need to know, okay? Now, top 5 ranked. These are in no particular order, but I'm going to talk about the top 5 people that I think, and I think a lot of people think, I think the majority of the axe throwing community can agree on these 5 names. First, I want to talk about Stephane. He won the Urban Open this year. He was the previous NATC champ, not this past year, but the year before that. Previously held the most consecutive bullseye record. That was just recently beaten by another one of the people I'm going to talk about in this segment. His current average right now is a 77.3. Last season, we're looking at a 78.9. He's only throwing in one league every season, so he throws in that Toronto Monday League, and that's it. And he's not in 3 leagues practicing all the time. Throwing a 78.9 average just on pure ability over years and years of playing the sport. So definitely, if you're matched up against Stephane, guy's got to bye to the second round, and then me or 7 has to play him in the second round. So like, if I get lucky and I beat Carly, then I gotta play Stephane. Is that lucky though? Like, I feel like if I lose to Carly and I go to the B bracket, that's probably more lucky for my self-confidence than having to play Stephane. Good luck to me or Carly. So, cool. Next person I want to talk about. This guy is a dominant force in Philadelphia. He is consistently a champion in pretty much every league he competes in. Uncle Willie, most wins at Turnpike Strike, which is that monthly choppers tournament that they do out there. He's got the most championship wins in Philly. He also was part of the pair that was the first NATC Skills American winners. That was him and Shaun Mouthy. Last season threw a 78.1 average. This season he's sitting on a 78.8 average. He's at 105 81s at the point of me filming this show. He'll probably have like 12 more by Sunday. He won the grudge match that I set up in Philly, threw perfect 27s the whole way through, and then won on Big X clutches. So this is the guy you gotta watch out for. Next person I want to talk about. Brian Henry Starling. Has anyone ever said his name like that? I hope no one ever does again. Came second at the Choptober Open. He's got 5 playoff championships in 2018, 16 total championships on axe scores, probably more before that. Most consecutive bullseye record at 285. Most bullseyes in a season record at 417. I would just like to clarify to the folks at home, there are 420 throws in a season. He threw 417 bullseyes. He missed 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. His current average is 75.2. Last season, I'm skipping the bullseye season, I'm going back to season 4, was a 76.7. He's got 140 81s. 140 81s. Watch out for Starling. Force to be reckoned with. His big axe game is so on point. I see him practicing it all the time. And he got an Agdor. So thanks, America. You told us about the Agdor. And now Starling has an Agdor. So, good luck. So the next person I want to talk about is the most talked about person in axe throwing. So I'm going to make it short and sweet. Michael Kump, President Kump, first American NATF champion. He won the Choptober Challenge back in October. It's really hard to say Choptober and then October. Right, I did it. Okay. He came 4th at the Urban Open. He got knocked out by Stephane and then beaten by Martin Vanos. So like, that was when he was what, like 4 months into axe throwing? Guy started throwing in March, and he's the first American to ever win a championship. So, yeah, that's Kump. Current average, 79.8. Last season average, 79.2. Only been throwing since March, 84 81s. So I'm going to talk about Strawn. I'm going to talk about Strawn in a second. This is the last person I'm going to talk about. I think Strawn is a very interesting case because he has pretty much been silent on social media all year. He hasn't gone to any tournaments, moved to different venues, to run different venues for battle. He's an unreal thrower. I think a lot of people just remember, oh, Strawn's the guy that won last year. Oh, he's really good. I don't think a lot of people go on axe scores and actually look at Strawn's stats very often. And that's just a hunch I have because I feel like a lot of people are saying, oh, this person could beat Strawn, this person could beat Strawn, oh, this person could beat Strawn. I'm just going to give you some information and I'm going to talk about that again in a second. Holds the record for the highest average. Only person to ever hit an 80 average in a season, ever. Most clutches in a season, 81 clutches. There are 84 possible clutches in a season. He hit 81. Consecutive clutches, also record, 46 consecutive clutches. Previous average, 79.7. That wasn't the 80 average. So if you actually go on axe scores and you look up who the top averages are, he's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. He's all 4 of them. And then there's other people's names. So I just wanted to clarify that. I think a lot of people have a shot at winning this championship, but I think a lot of people, because Strawn is not at tournaments, that people just kind of are like, oh yeah, Strawn's really good, and they forget about all this stuff. Oh yeah, one last thing, 212 81s, 212. I'm just saying, I think when you're filling out your bracket, you need to put some respect on his name. That's all I'm saying. All 5 of those people have a very, very clear shot at being the new champion. I think that if the championship comes up and none of those 5 people are in those 2 championship spots coming out of A or B, I will be shocked. Shocked. I think there's a lot of other names that I mentioned that could be that other slot. Wrapping it all up, just wanted to do this player thing. We're not going to do New to the Promised Land this week. The next episode after the NATC is going to be a recap. We're going to get back to the New to the Promised Land. They're just not going to be in it this week. I'm sorry to all the people that were really excited to have their names shouted out. You're going to be in it, don't worry, just not this week. We are still doing Throw of the Week though, and I've specifically been holding off on this Throw of the Week for a couple of weeks now. I got sent this video and I wanted to wait to put it out until it was the last episode before the NATC. This is Julio Romero's Big Axe Gretzky. So, for all of you that just watched that, I just want to clarify what a Gretzky is. So, everybody knows what an 81 is. 4 bullseyes clutch, 4 bullseyes clutch, 4 bullseyes clutch. That's an 81. Some people have decided to up the stakes a little bit. A Gretzky, you go 4 clutches, a bullseye, 4 clutches, a bullseye, 4 clutches, a bullseye. So it's inverted from an 81. If you were to score it, even though you can't score it in a regular match, it equals 99 points. That is the Gretzky reference. For all you hockey fans out there, it's Wayne Gretzky's number, 99. I've seen a few people do a hatchet Gretzky. 4 clutch bullseye, 4 clutch bullseye, 4 clutch bullseye. I have never seen someone or heard of someone do a Big Axe Gretzky. That was so impressive. That was unbelievable. Congrats, Julio. That's pretty much the show. Things to come. Well, NATC is this weekend, but I'm going to be doing the live stream pregame show on Saturday morning, so tune in for that. There's going to be a live stream for the whole Canada versus US thing. There's also going to be a live broadcast for the actual NATC tournament at 3 p.m. on Sunday. That's all I can say for now. I think you guys should tune in. Super excited about the giveaways. Giveaways for the bracket prediction are only going to be given away at the venue unless otherwise specified. If you filled out a bracket and you're not going to be at the NATC, please send me a message. There are a few prizes that I can mail out, but I cannot mail out the top few prizes, so those can only be won by people at the venue, so make sure you're at the venue if you enter a bracket prediction, okay? That's all we got for the show this week. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks again to the NATF for letting me do the show on their YouTube channel. I will see you guys at the tournament. Super excited to be there, super excited to compete. Just through and through excited to hang with everybody. If we haven't met before, please come say hi. I would love to meet you. I would love to hang out. I'm really excited to keep growing this family, keep growing this community. Yeah, I'll see you guys at NATC. Have a good one. Right now, there have only been 33 people that have sent in predictions. We've had prize giveaway predictions of like over 50 or 60 people, and that was for a freaking t-shirt. Guys, just fill out the bracket. I know it takes a little while. Fill it out. Even if you don't know names, like just guess. Like worst case scenario, you pick a bunch of names and now you're pretty much just in a raffle. You know, like you just click on a bunch of stuff, now you're in a raffle. Maybe I win, maybe I don't. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm a little edgy tonight. It's a very busy week for the axe throwing community. There's other people I know that are like much nicer than me and they're like freaking out too, so I'm trying my best. I love you guys. I'm trying my best.